I'm on new drugs for my cancer. I'm going to be getting a new wheelchair. I have an occupational therapist that comes around and makes sure I'm fitted properly for that. I'm going to be getting a new recliner that fits me better than the one I bought last year, which was just about killing me. I'll talk to you about the side effects from the new drugs and the fact that I am sleeping, which is a miracle in itself. Hi, I'm Denise, and welcome back to Travels in My Chair. It'll be a new year tomorrow. Let's hope it's better than this past year. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the same way. First thing I'll talk about is the pain that I've been having, and I've talked about it in previous videos, so you are all aware of it. Makes me sleepy because I don't get any sleep during the night. I'm in really horrible pain from, say, like 1 or 2 in the morning on till when I get up, which makes me groggy during the day. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the palbociclib, or the Ibrance that I was on. I just found out some things about it that I think might be interesting for you. So if you've got HER positive metastatic breast cancer and you've been given letrozole with a combination of Ibrance, they're both incredible drugs and they work really well. Having that for a year has stopped my cancer from spreading. And it may not continue to do so, but as of now, that's what's been happening. What I didn't know about Ibrance, I just assumed it was a form of chemotherapy drug, and they don't really say what it is when you do research on it, although it is not a traditional chemotherapy drug, that's all they say. But upon further investigation, I found out that it has some side effects. The side effects of that drug, Ibrance or palbociclib, is nausea, vomiting, constipation, diarrhea, tiredness, numbness in your extremities like your fingers, your feet, your toes, your arms, and you could develop sores in your mouth and in your throat. Now, on the good side, Ibrance helps stop the progression of cancer in your body, and it does work. However, I did not know that it would also make me not want to eat. So, as you've seen on my previous video about Ozempic, with my type 2 diabetes that I can't eat, I've been taken off the Ozempic, and because of the wound on my butt, which went away and then came back, I've been taken off the Ibrance because Ibrance lowers your white and red blood cell count. And so the oncologist felt that until I get this handled, that I should be off the drug. Well, a funny thing happened. So after I went off the Ozempic, it didn't make me all of a sudden have a voracious appetite and want to eat everything in sight. But once I was taken off the Ibrance, all of a sudden, the smell of food wasn't bad. And I started to eat more. And then, because of me being me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to start gaining all that weight back. I don't want to get into fat. Oh my God. Ah. So just so you know, those are side effects of the Ibrance, which I didn't talk about last time, which I should have. The other drugs I'm on are hydromorphone, and they've recently added to that drug. So the hydromorphone was prescribed to me by my oncologist last August, and that drug was to help with pain. It was a mild dosage. Even the oncologist admitted it was the mildest dosage possible. And when I started getting pains in my leg, say a month or so ago, the pain would happen at night, and it would be electric shock pain down the outside of my thigh, and on the back of my thigh, and on the front of my thigh would be a burning sensation. We didn't know what to do about it, and the hydromorphone was not working. And I was really afraid because I was taking 3 or 4 at night and nothing. I was not able to move my leg, and it didn't help that my little dog was trying to be helpful and laying on my leg, and all 15 pounds of her. It was pretty bad. So I couldn't move my leg. I couldn't straighten it. I couldn't bend it. Poor Alan had to get up 3 or 4 times in the night to adjust it properly, but nothing was working. Now, as you know, I've had lots of doctors on my team. I've had an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist, 3 or 4 wound nurses, a resident doctor who turned out to be the most incredible of all of them, to be honest, my family physician, oncologist, and even the nurses at the chemo room where I go to get my bone transfusion, Everybody has been just so helpful to make sure that I am pain-free. So it was the resident that told me about the hydromorphone. And she said hydromorphone is a breakthrough drug. So it's a short-acting drug and it'll last for 2 or 3 hours. So if you're having intense pain, you take that drug. A little bit not right, because if you're having an intense pain, I don't think it helps. That's just my opinion. She said, what you need to do is go on long-acting hydromorphone. Having trouble talking today. I didn't sleep so good last night. The resident suggested I go on a long-lasting hydromorphone. That hydromorphone, you take 2 pills a day, and it lasts for 12 hours. So you take the same time every day. I take mine 10 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night. The good news is it stops pain. And of course your body's going to build up with that drug, in the end, is going to get used to it being in your system, and in the end you might need to have more. But for now, it's working. There's also some things that it does that I think you should know about. The first day I take it is the day that my occupational therapist is coming with the guy that is setting me up for my new wheelchair. And we're trying to put a Roho cushion in it so that it'll take off the pressure points of my body so I can get rid of the sore. Also, the chair is more advanced than this old one that I have. So anyway, they come and they're talking about, well, should I have a 16-inch chair, an 18-inch chair? How high should I have it? How low should I have it? There's a back support that they can put in it so that it makes me sit up and take the pressure off my lower back, which is lovely. And they're bending down around me and they're measuring me and all this kind of stuff. And I break into tears. Tom says, oh, that's okay. That's an emotional time for you. I said, I don't know. I said, I just started a new pill today and this is just not right. And my granddaughter came out and she gave me a hug and a kiss, and I was crying some more. And he said, oh, isn't that nice? Nothing helps better than a hug. And I go, nothing would help better than me to just stop crying at the drop of a hat. So eventually, we get everything sorted. He leaves. And I'm sitting talking to my daughter about my little dog, who, as you can probably tell, I love to bits. And I burst into tears again. Now, we're not talking about working up to it or feeling a little bit sad and all of a sudden feeling like I have to cry. It just comes out of nowhere and I cry. Now, what I find with this long-lasting hydromorphone is that at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when generally your blood sugars are at its lowest anyway, I get really mushy-headed and can fall asleep anywhere or just can't even hardly talk. My mouth is so mushy. The hydromorphone, the long-lasting hydromorphone, is lasting now. Makes me go till maybe 4 in the morning, and then I'll take a short-acting or breakthrough hydromorphone to get me through the rest of the night. And I'll probably stay in bed till 9 or 10. It's working, except for one problem. I have now a palliative care doctor. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about her here. I will talk to you about her in a future video, because there's probably a lot of confusion about what a palliative care doctor does and what her role is and what will be in my life. So first of all, I was going to go off a drug called gabapentin. And gabapentin has all kinds of usage, but nobody seems to know exactly what it actually does or how it does it. And I was going to go off it, and she actually said, no, it helps for nerve pain. I think you should take one more a night, take 3 a night instead of 2. And also, with this long-lasting hydromorphone, one of its severe side effects is extreme constipation. Because if you get bunged up, it can really cause a lot of problems. So for sure, you take this laxative, 2 pills every night before bed. Then we talked about the gabapentin, and so 2 nights ago, instead of taking 3 gabapentin at bedtime, I took my usual 2, and when I woke up in the middle of the night, I woke up around 4 o'clock, I took 1 gabapentin and 1 short-acting hydromorphone, and I slept like a baby. So last night I thought, well, you know, she did say I should take 3, but she did say it was okay to try doing it my way. So last night I took the 3 before I went to bed, and it didn't help. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was just like I had nothing in me at all. I had piled all these drugs into my system, and not one was having any effect on me. It took a long time for me to get to sleep last night. I did not sleep very well at all. So now I'm going to talk to you about what happens when you don't sleep and you're on a drug that can make you woozy. And it's no laughing matter if you don't have the strength in your body, as in me, who's in a wheelchair and I'm not walking. So it happened, I was on the long-lasting hydromorphone. I got up the next morning. I wanted to have a shower, and we've got a shower seat that we've made it work for us because our bathroom is very small, and it entails I've got a bar on either side of the toilet, so when I'm on the toilet I stand up, Alan moves a bar, I sit down on the bath seat with a towel underneath me, and he drags me into the tub. Not ideal, but it works. Only I couldn't stand up. I couldn't stand up to get out of bed into my wheelchair and just about fell. My left leg, which is giving me hell, wouldn't hold me up. I didn't want to show him how upset I was. I didn't want to go into tears, but it was bad. So he got me settled into my wheelchair, which I've got a borrowed Roho cushion, which, by the way, is helping the sore. It hasn't taken it away, but it makes it more comfortable for me. So we go into the bathroom, and I go to stand up to get on the toilet. My leg won't hold me up. And I land really hard on the outside of the toilet, right on my sore. So it opens it up again. And it was just lucky that Alan was there to just sort of push me onto the toilet, or I'd have gone onto the floor. Sat for a minute, said, okay, you ready? You want to try having a shower? And I said, yeah, okay. And I went to stand up. There was no way my legs would work. It wasn't that there was pain, it just that neither of them were working. I was scared. I thought, have I gone finally to another stage of my MS? Or there's a cancer travel somewhere in my spine and I can't stand? What are we going to do? This could change my whole life right now. And you know, guys, I always go to the worst place first, and then I kind of climb forward to the better place. So there I was in the worst place, sitting on the toilet, wondering how the heck I was going to have a shower. So we tried again, and I waited, 2 or 3 minutes. If I've either been in too deep of a sleep or I haven't slept properly and it affects, and I've had a lot of pain in my leg, and I've taken meds to take the pain away, it also affects my whole mechanism in my body. My brain isn't working properly, my body isn't working properly. Waited 3 or 4 minutes, 3rd attempt, no. I said to him, you know what, Alan? It's not worth me falling and breaking something just to have a shower. And I was feeling like, I don't know, kind of dizzy, like my brain wasn't working properly. And in fact, sometimes I would forget words, or the words would come out like it would be wrong. And I didn't know what to do. The next day, I'd had a better sleep. I wasn't fuzzy-headed. I got up and I was able to have a shower. That's a big deal. The other thing that's happening, and my palliative care doctor told me this, is that with the long-acting hydromorphone, as I'm on it longer, my body will adjust and I will build up a tolerance for it, so that for about a week I will have these episodes of what I call fuzzy-headedness. And after about a week, they should start going away. And if they don't, then we're going to have to make some decisions. So one thing she asked me is if I kept a record. Do I keep a record? Oh my God. And perhaps if you've got a chronic illness, they're experimenting with you with different drugs, and you have no idea half the time what's going on with you, you should keep a record too. I have an old day planner, or you could have a binder, anything, okay? Just something that's divided into days. And so every day I mark down whether I have a bowel movement or not. I mark down what drugs I'm on, because we're still experimenting with the long-lasting hydromorphone. So I mark that down. I mark down how many of the laxatives I'm taking. I mark down the short-acting hydromorphone if I have to take that. Now, interesting thing happened yesterday. I got up in the morning, 10 o'clock, took the long-lasting hydromorphone, didn't need another pill for the whole day. And at 10 o'clock I went to bed, and I took the 3 gabapentin. I didn't take a short-acting hydromorphone. I took the long-lasting one, and I took the 2 laxatives like a good little girl, and I went to bed, and I couldn't sleep. I finally did sleep. Something woke me up at 1 o'clock. Now I feel that I know what woke me up at 1 o'clock, and that was Roxy, because Roxy thinks that if I'm in pain, she can sense where I'm in pain, and she wants to lay on it. Like if my hip's sore, she wants to lay on my hip. My legs are sore, she wants to lay on my legs. When the problem with that is I can't move them. I don't have the strength in them to move them, and they're hurting like heck. Poor Alan has to get up out of bed, push her off me, try to adjust my legs. But last night I ended up taking 2 short-acting hydromorphone, and I finally fell asleep late in the night. It took a long time. So today I'm groggy, and my legs, which are working, really aren't working up to snuff.
She grabbed her. She doesn't want to beg. She doesn't want to beg.
I'll do it.
Good. Oh, look, the sun is kind of trying.
Well, we've got one eye left.
Alrighty. Alrighty, are you done?
I am pretty happy with the long-lasting hydromorphone, I have to say, because so far it seems to be handling pain so that I'm not getting breakthrough pain during the day or even during hydromorphone. So tonight I'm going back to my other method. Tonight I'm going to take the long-lasting hydromorphone. I'm going to go to bed. Oh, and I'll take 2 gabapentin and the laxative. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to have beside my bed, I measure out 3 of the quick-release hydromorphone so I can monitor how many I'm taking. So if I'm groggy in the night, I don't overdose myself. But I'm also going to have a gabapentin there too. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm going to take 1 hydromorphone for breakthrough pain and 1 gabapentin, which I had done the other night, and I slept, and we'll see what happens. The doctor's going to phone me on Thursday, so we'll have a conversation. And next time, hopefully, I'll have some more news. I'll talk to you about some things about like why my blood sugars have gone sky high, higher than they've ever been in my life. Can't figure that out because I'm not eating a ton of candy or anything. My daughter thinks it's stress. We'll find out because I'm sure my doctor's going to talk to me about it. Anyway, all this drug talk is making me drowsy, God. But I hope you can get some information out of it that'll help you. And again, I'm going to ask you, as always, to please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, because you know I love your comments. And please hit the like button if you like. And I want you to have a happy new year. I want 2023 to be a good year for us all, even with our health issues. It doesn't mean that we have to be sad. We just have to adjust our life accordingly, right? And I'm so happy to hear from you, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.